Widbrook stream today is not the Widbrook stream that I knew of as a boy in the 1930s and 40s. About every 2 years, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Arthur Savory and his gang of about 12 men used to appear with their great big toolbox and clean out the stream by hand with what used to be a 4-tine fork bent at right angles on about a 12 to 14 foot pole, and these would be in the toolbox, a great big wooden toolbox that used to come by lorry, and they'd move it on a dolly. They had a special dolly that they could move it as they processed down the stream, working from both sides and pulling up rushes, weeds, and anything that was in the stream so that it would flow properly during the normal course of events. Mind you, it didn't stop flooding. Nothing stops flooding when the situation is right. But there, can you imagine? This is where no television for us in those days. There was only one television in the village, and that was sort of in about 1936, 37, and it was a small box, and it only used to run for 3 hours a day. But anyway, we used to listen to the radio, children's hour, and also I was given a book by Arthur Ransom called Swallows and Amazons, and that also appeared on the BBC in a regular little play which come out on a Friday night, and we'd listen to it and then not miss the next sequel that came up. The Adventures of the Swallows and the Amazons, two groups who got together up in Cumberland, I believe, in the Lake District, and it was absolutely marvellous to listen to. Mind you, I don't think, and of course I was on my own, although I had two school chums over in White Place Farm who used to come and enjoy the paddling on our raft that we made out of oil drums, small oil drums, and lashed it all together. And we paddled up and down the stream, paddled across the stream. It was an easy way of crossing to go over to Southey, and it was absolutely great. Then later I had a little canoe and played on that, paddling up and down the stream. I paddled all the way through to Islet Park and into the Thames, then came back up towards Cliveden and White Place Farm, and where I would meet my buddies. It was all great. So this is Widbrook Stream, and this photograph is in about 2000. And every time I look at an aerial picture of Widbrook, it really yearns. It's blocked and gutted with debris and overgrowth. And of course Widbrook itself doesn't see the cattle anymore. And when the last time it ever saw a haywood, I think Justice Jakes was the last haywood, and it went to somebody else who today is selling as much land as he can for building houses. Oh well, that's it. That's my story of Widbrook at the stream at the moment. Oh, and those trees, those willow trees, mind you, I forgot to mention, they're over 100 years old and should be kept polled Once every 10 years or so, they cut the branches back to a clump and let it sprout some more. That's the way the pollard willow is made. So, with that, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Hope you enjoyed this one.